So there's a sickness, there's an illness going around, one that I can't really explain, but I can say that no, this is one that hitting the like and subscribe button won't help, although you should do that anyway. No, this is an illness where even though you have a whole bunch of games, you still go to the eShop and you look through the deals. You just feel like there's gonna be something awesome that you need to pick up while you can before it goes off sale, even though in probably a couple weeks it'll go back on sale again. But that's not important. The important thing is that you have it when you want it, so you can put it in your backlog and go back to playing the other games that you were playing. Most of the time you're just chasing this dragon for no other reason than compulsion? I don't know. But every now and then I will slip up and I'll get a game and I'll just try it and I will become addicted to it. And that is the dragon, by the way, that we're all chasing. I picked up a game called Beat Cop. It was like, I want to say 85% off. It's $1.99. I'll put it that way. And you can pick it up until the 28th of February. This is a pixel art style type game, and so that retro adventure mode kind of kicks on in you, but I can understand if people don't like pixel art, they will not like this game, but everyone else, I think, will definitely love this game. Now, you play as Jack Kelly, a disgraced former detective, who was basically checking up on a breaking and entering situation that happened at a senator's house. Now, you shot one of the perpetrators, and the other one got away. But the big issue is after you were done dealing with said perpetrator, there were diamonds that came up missing, and everyone pretty much blamed you for it. But without any hard evidence to stick, you were instead just demoted down to beat cop instead of actually fully being arrested. And as you get into the game, you find out that more people actually do believe you. In fact, if you find the diamonds and return them, your captain will basically take care of everything for you. But there is one caveat to actually being a beat cop and to staying on the force, and that is you have to pay your alimony, which is the only real death in this game, I would say, is that not paying your alimony. Yes, you can get in trouble for doing other things, and it can go against you, but a lot of times it just happens a lot in the police force anyway, so it's not a big issue. And what I'm talking about is being dirty, taking opportunities, taking bribes. All of these things are options, but most of the other cops encourage you to do it, even though the captain is very adamant on you not doing it. I went back and forth and played different versions of my true cop in one of them, and the most funnest was just being a dirty cop. It was fun as hell. And it took forever for me to actually get caught or have any issues that came with it. So, you can definitely go that way if you want to. This game has a really satisfying gameplay loop. One which has you basically walking around the streets and checking meters and checking tires, making sure people aren't parking in no parking lanes, and you got to fill out so many tickets per day. And usually the captain will say, hey, you got to do 5 tickets, and they have to be about parking violations or their lights or tires, which I had no idea you could get tickets for that, but I guess it's a motivation for me to get new tires. You go through and you just kind of inspect the cars, you inspect the meter, you write the tickets. Usually you'll have 2 outcomes that happen. One is you're able to just tow the vehicle, get it out of the way, or the owner of the vehicle will come running up to you and plead with you and ultimately offer you a bribe. At the same time, though, your neighborhood is also exploding with problems. You'll hear about dead bodies that need to be reported and investigated, cars that get stolen, apartments that are broken into, and of course, down on the base level is all the shops in your neighborhood, and they constantly have problems as well, as you'll find yourself chasing down criminals, getting into a couple interesting fights, and things of that nature where you're just constantly busy running around. And at the end of the day, you ultimately just wish that you had more time because there's so much else to do. In fact, you can be so caught up in your job that you're not working on the main story a lot. You're not going after different witnesses or perps and talking to people and just finding out what they know about the senator, what they know about the jewels. No, you're just doing your cop job, and it's really addictive. And that's without me going into another big mechanic of this game, and that is there are 2 separate gangs, essentially. There is the prototypical, say, blood type gang or crip type gang who pushes drugs and kind of runs around and causes a lot of problems. But then you also have the mafia on the other side. Now, the mafia, they will often have you set up things for them, or or basically go after the gangs for them, and so that they can control the routes. Like, either way, how it works out is that both sides are trying to manipulate you, which is what pissed me off about, like, anyone trying to offer me a bribe, or, in these situations, me working with either the mafia or the gangs to eliminate the other one. I'm not like, this is disrespectful. You need to respect my authority. Like, I couldn't, I ended up being like a good cop just because, like, I was like, what am I, weak or something? Like, why are they coming up here offering me all this stuff? Like, you would never do that to a cop if you actually felt like he had some power. So, yeah, like, my own pride got in the way many times of me just, like, basically getting a free paycheck and earning points for one side or the other to help you later on down the road. Now, the one thing I have to point out about this game is the dialogue and the writing. It is fantastic. But I will say this, if you're somebody who wants to get offended, you will get offended by this, because honestly, the game is slightly offensive in some ways. Some of the wording that they use is totally not cool, especially by our standards. And if you're thinking, yeah, but this is, 1986, yeah, you're right. That's when the game was framed, and I appreciate actually them going that route instead of trying to be like futuristic and, we don't say, bad words, or we don't say hurtful slang or anything like that. No, because that's not how it was then. Although, to be honest, there is reference to like some modern things, so maybe realism isn't a good excuse for it, but I will say the dialogue and the writing is just really, really good. Something I think you would hear straight out of like an 80s cop film. Not that I have any experience with them, a little bit before my time, but, I get the gist of what they're going for here. And I can say, honestly, the text, the dialogue, the banter is all really engaging, to the point where I'm actually reading it fully through and kind of laughing at the jokes and just fully immersing myself in this game. Now, I will say that the only downside of it really is that time loop, that gameplay mechanic, where, yeah, you only have like working shift hours to be able to get anything done, and quite often you are so busy doing everything else that it's hard to just be a good cop, or an effective cop. I don't know how many times like I missed stuff because I was busy with the ticket, or I was having to deal with someone or chase someone down, and on the opposite end of the neighborhood someone's being shot. It's things like that happen a lot in this game, and I don't know, I really have enjoyed it. Trust me on this, I have like AAA titles I need to be playing right now, but I'm not. I'm playing Beat Cop, which I picked up for $1.99. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Beat Cop, though. I wanted to talk about this only because of how much I've enjoyed playing it, and it's $1.99 right now. You really can't go wrong with that price. But anyway, let me know down in the comment section below what your thoughts. Have you played Beat Cop? It's an older game, so I wouldn't be surprised if you had, but anything and everything down below would be amazing. Let me know what kind of sale deals you're looking for, what games you're looking for. All of that would be great to hear from y'all. Anyway, guys, take care. Bye-bye.